Before we start, just a quick note. I didn't add subtitles or voiceover to this video because YouTube now does it automatically. You can choose your language from the settings and watch with subtitles or even with voice translation. Alright, let's get into the video. Welcome to English Podcast Academy. Hi, I'm Olivia. I'm so happy you're here. You've already done something powerful just by clicking on this video. Learning grammar doesn't have to be hard or boring. Not here, not now, not with English Podcast Academy. Here's what we're doing in today's lesson. First, I'll teach you how the past perfect tense works, with 6 simple tips. Then, we'll practice together. You'll repeat full sentences out loud with me. And finally, you'll hear a short story that brings the tense to life. Let's get started. Tip 1. Use had plus the past participle form of the verb. This is the basic structure of the past perfect tense. And the good news is, it's always the same for every subject. No matter if you're talking about I, you, he, she, we, or they, the form never changes. You simply use had, then add the past participle of the verb. That's it. For example, I had seen that movie before. You're not just saying you saw it. You're saying you saw it before something else happened. She had finished her work before the meeting started. The finishing happened first. The meeting came after. They had gone home by the time we arrived. Their action, going home, was already complete when we got there. This structure helps you talk about 2 past events, but it shows clearly which one happened first. The past perfect is always used for the earlier action. So just remember, had stays the same no matter who you're talking about. Then you follow it with the 3rd form of the verb, the past participle, like gone, seen, finished, eaten, done, broken, and so on. Once you know that pattern, the rest becomes easier. It's like putting puzzle pieces in the right order, and soon you'll start feeling when to use it without even thinking. Tip 2. It shows that one action happened before another in the past. This is what makes the past perfect so useful. It helps you show the order of 2 past actions, not just what happened, but what happened first. For example, I had eaten before I left. That means first I ate, then I left. The eating was finished when the 2nd action, leaving, happened. Without the past perfect, both actions might sound like they happened at the same time. But with this tense, you're showing a clear timeline. You're guiding the listener through the past, step by step. Here's another one. She had studied before the exam began. So when the exam started, she was ready. The studying happened earlier. That's why we use had studied. Another example. They had already gone to bed when I called. That means the phone rang, but they were already sleeping. The first action, going to bed, was done before the call. This tense is all about what came first. It gives your sentence structure and logic. It helps you explain the past clearly, without confusion. So when you want to talk about 2 things that happened, and you want to show which one happened first, the past perfect is exactly what you need. Just use had and the past participle, and the meaning becomes clear. Tip 3. You can use it to explain reasons. The past perfect is not just about time. It also helps you explain why something happened. It gives your sentence a cause and effect feeling. It shows what happened first and what happened as a result. For example, she was tired because she had worked all night. She didn't just wake up feeling tired for no reason. There was a cause. She had worked through the night. That came first. The tiredness came after. Another example. He missed the bus because he had forgotten to set his alarm. Forgetting the alarm was the first action. Missing the bus was the result. The past perfect helps you show that order clearly. Or, they were upset because they had lost the game. The loss happened earlier. The feeling came later. This structure is really helpful when you want to explain what led to something. It shows what caused the emotion, the result, or the situation. You're not just telling what happened. You're showing what came before and why. So whenever you want to explain the reason behind something in the past, and that reason also happened in the past, use the past perfect. It gives your sentence clarity, logic, and flow. Tip 4. It helps make your past stories more clear and detailed. When you're telling a story about the past, things can get confusing if everything sounds like it happened at the same time. That's where the past perfect comes in. It helps you organize the events. It lets you say, this happened first, then that happened after. You're not just saying what happened, you're saying what happened before that. You're showing the full picture. For example, we got to the restaurant, but they had already closed. Now the listener knows exactly how the story went. First, the restaurant closed. Then, you arrived. Another example. I didn't recognize her because I had never seen her before. That tells the listener why you were confused. You're not just describing the moment, you're giving the background. One more. They were surprised because he had told no one about his plan. The surprise makes sense when you hear what came before. No warning, no message, just action. The past perfect helps you give that extra detail. It lets your listener follow the flow. It makes your story more complete, more structured, more real. And the best part is, it's not hard to use. You already know the pattern. Had plus past participle. So whenever you feel like something in your story needs a little more explanation, think about what happened first. That's where the past perfect belongs. Tip 5. For negatives, just add not after had. Making a negative sentence in the past perfect is simple. You don't need to change the whole structure. You just add not after had, and the rest stays the same. For example, he hadn't finished his homework. That means when the next thing happened, like class starting or the teacher asking for it, the homework was still not done. The action, finishing, had not happened yet. Another one. They hadn't arrived yet. Maybe everyone else was already there. Maybe the event had started. But they were still on the way. They hadn't arrived by that point in time. You can use this pattern with any subject. I hadn't seen the message. She hadn't called back. We hadn't made a decision. It's always the same structure. Had, then not, then the past participle. There are no changes based on the subject. No extra endings. No tricky spelling. If you want to say something didn't happen before another past moment, this is the tense to use. Simple, clear, and consistent. Tip 6. For questions, start with had. If you want to ask a question in the past perfect tense, the formula is easy. You just move had to the beginning of the sentence. That's it. No need for extra words or changes. For example, had you seen the movie before? You're asking if the person had already watched it at some point in the past, before something else happened. Maybe before going to the cinema again, or before a conversation about it. Another one. Had they left when you arrived? This helps you understand the timeline. Did they leave first and then you showed up? Or were they still there? The structure works the same way every time. Had plus subject plus past participle. Had he called? Had we met before? Had she studied for the test? It doesn't matter who you're talking about. The form doesn't change. That's one of the reasons this tense is easy once you hear it a few times. These kinds of questions come up often in real life. When you're checking facts, understanding a story, or clarifying what happened first. So learning this small shift, putting had at the start, helps you sound natural and clear. And remember, if the answer is yes or no, that's all you need. Had she arrived? Yes, she had. Had you heard the news? No, I hadn't. It's direct, useful, and something you'll hear in conversations all the time. Now let's say a few sentences together. Speak them out loud. It helps more than you think. I had eaten before the meeting started. She had already left when I called. They hadn't cleaned the room. Had you ever tried sushi before that day? We had visited the museum before the storm. He had never spoken in public before. Let's repeat 2 together. She had already left when I called. Had you ever tried sushi before that day? Well done. Let's end with a short story using the past perfect tense. Daniel stood in front of the empty house, quiet and still. It looked the same from the outside, the same color, the same windows, the same small tree near the door. But everything felt different. The air was heavier somehow, full of memories he couldn't touch but could still feel. 10 years ago, he had lived here with his grandparents. He had spent so many quiet afternoons in the garden, pulling weeds with his grandfather, picking tomatoes, chasing butterflies through the tall grass. He had watched the stars from the roof on warm nights, wrapped in a blanket, asking questions about the universe that no one could really answer. He had listened to stories by the fireplace, stories about childhood, about love, about life before smartphones and noise. Those nights had made him feel safe. They had made him feel understood. But that was a long time ago. The seasons had passed, the garden had grown wild, and life had taken everyone in different directions. They had moved out quietly, without a celebration or a goodbye party. His grandparents had passed away a few years after that, leaving behind only photos, handwritten notes, and the feeling of warmth that still lived in his chest. Now, the house was silent. No footsteps, no laughter, no scent of tea or cinnamon cookies. The windows were closed, the curtains drawn, the mailbox empty. But in his heart, it had never been empty. Every corner still held a moment. Every wall still whispered a name. To him, it was still home. Not because of the furniture or the paint, but because of what had happened there. Because of the people he had loved. Because of the memories that still echoed softly when everything else was quiet. That's it. You've just learned the past perfect tense, not with rules and charts, but with meaning. Step by step, clearly, with your voice and your focus. And you didn't just memorize it, you felt it. And that's how real English grows inside you, one story at a time, one quiet video at a time. Ready for the next one? Then let's keep going. I'm Olivia, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Take care.